It's the evening of April 16th, year 2020. Earlier this morning, I recorded some words about my dear friend Howard Finkel. A lot of you people had issues with the audio. It wasn't you, it was something with my recording system, but you can see it's fixed now. It's so hard to fathom that he's gone. It really is. And of course, from all your wonderful comments, he was the voice of Madison Square Garden. He really was. I get choked up just thinking about this. I always remember that when I was covering the garden shows, he was so great to me backstage. He always came over and talked to me and told me what matches are going to happen when. Um, and he always looked so great in the tuxedo. And he was fabulous. He was my friend. I met him right before he started full time with with Vince McMahon. And do you know that he was really Vince McMahon's very first employee? He was the first guy. He's been there longer than any other employee. And in the days that I didn't drive and I wanted to cover a show in Connecticut, even if it wasn't a WWWF show, he would pick me up at the train station in New Haven or wherever, and we'd go to the show together. Through the years, many times when I was on the road, he and I would have lunch or dinner together, and he always had such a great sense of humor. And there was a dark period of time when the WWE, and I don't talk about this a lot because I have a great relationship with them, but there was a dark period of time when they had their own magazine, and they did not want um, other magazines to get the same access that they had, obviously, and they were fine. I mean, that's their way of doing business. And a lot of the wrestlers and people in the office were like, "Hey, we can't talk to you." Bill Howard always, even though he never sneaked out information to give me or leaked anything he shouldn't have, he always stayed friendly with me. If I called him, he always greeted me with a warm, "Hey, Billy." He always called me Billy. Yeah, he did. And what's really weird is that earlier this week on OneWrestlingVideo.com, I ran a video where I interviewed, it was a total shtick interview, where I interviewed Howard and Mean Gene Okerlund, who were verbally accosting me. And it was such a fun interview. It was from Wrestle Reunion many, many years ago. And I didn't know what happened to that video. The reason why you never saw it is I couldn't find it. And the other night, when I was just going through some old SD cards, clunk into my computer, there it was. And it wasn't even my SD card. I don't know who gave it to me. I don't know who filmed it. There were photos on it of Ted DiBiase and Scott Hall with fans. So it must have been from the Wrestle Reunion convention. The last few years, I've tried to contact Howard. I visited him many times up at Titan Towers when he was working on the magazine, on the website department. And he and I, the past few years that we talked, we were always talking about the old days at the garden and how much we missed them and how much we missed the people associated with that. So, yeah, great memories. He was a wonderful friend. And this morning when I was working, I kept getting IMs from people like Evil Zebra, Chris Monaco, Joe Lowry, Herb Simmons saying, "Is this real or is it fake news?" And I didn't know anything about it. And then I went to the WWE website, and there it was that Howard Finkel had died. The one of the last of the greats of that era, along with Gene Okerlund and so many of the broadcast era. And, unfortunately, they're gone. I love you, Howard Finkel. Um, I will never forget you. And thank you for not only treating me with your professional best, but your best friendship too.